Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with Goran, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for Sunday, March 3rd. Well, guys, I would say we had quite a successful Saturday. We've hit 11 out of 19 free picks, and we've also hit that parlay of the day. It was nice, plus 440. For a little bit, I was a bit unsure if we were going to get it or not, but we were able to pull through and got a nice winner on that parlay as well. I do have another one for you for Sunday at the end of this video. It's another five legger. This was a little bit smaller, but I do like it a lot, and as usual, I'll go with a full unit on it. Apart from the parlay of the day, I have, I believe, 13 free picks for you in this video. We have some interesting games going on, so stay tuned, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and of course, feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos. For my best bets, click the link in the description. That will get you up to my page where you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. And have in mind that we are having a Champions League next week, and Europa League, and the Conference League as well. So there will be a plenty of games to bet on. And if you like money, of course, check out my premium picks up on the website. Let's get this show on the road, guys. Like I said, 13 free picks for you in this video and the parlay of the day at the end of it. So we are going to kick it off with Burnley versus Bournemouth. A matchup between two teams that are struggling right now quite a lot, especially Burnley, who has been struggling throughout the entire season. Defensively, they're not a good team. They are on a three-game losing streak. They have conceded 11 goals during those three games while scoring only one. And Bournemouth on the other side is not that much better defensively right now. They are conceding a lot of goals. They are losing games. They are dropping points, getting knocked out of the competitions. And you know what? I think that both teams will go for it here in this game, especially because they feel like this could potentially be a good game for them. I don't think we'll see much defense from either side in this one. So to keep it simple, guys, over 2.5 goals at minus 139. That's gonna be my pick for this one. For our next matchup, we have a big derby in the EPL between Manchester City and Manchester United. Two teams in a very solid form. Manchester City hasn't lost a game at home so far this season. They are not scoring the most goals in the league this season. Liverpool is, but they're scoring quite a high amount of goals. And Erling Haaland scored, I believe, 5 goals against Luton Town in the FA Cup earlier this week. And you know what? I think he might be one of those scorers for this game as well. Without Rasmus Højlund in the lineup, Manchester United looked pretty bad against Nottingham Forest. They were struggling a lot. They could not create a decent chance. They got that goal at the end, which, in my opinion, should have been disallowed because almost the exactly the same goal was disallowed for Liverpool in the EFL Cup finale. But they got a late winner, and like I said, if you want to beat Manchester City, you need to outscore them. And United doesn't have that without Højlund, to be honest. And defensively, they're not as stable as Manchester City is, even though Manchester City is not the most stable defensive team in the league. But they haven't lost any of their last 18 games, and I'm gonna go for the maximum value out of this one. I'm gonna take City to win it over 3.5 goals, plus 125. If you take City to win it over 2.5 goals, it's around minus 175 or so. Uh, and it's actually perfect for a double, but I'm gonna take a bit of a risk here, and I'm gonna take City to win and over 3.5 goals, and that is at plus 125. For our next matchups, we are gonna go to Spanish La Liga, where we have Villarreal hosting Granada, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple, guys. Villarreal hasn't been great this season, far from it, very inconsistent, but they are coming off of a win, and their form has been improving as of late. They have been getting some points. They have been playing better and better, at least in the attacking end. And with that in mind, to keep it simple, guys, I'm taking Villarreal on the money line at minus 143. Atletico Madrid is hosting Betis, and they're actually pretty heavy favorites despite their bad form and despite getting slapped around by Bilbao in Copa del Rey earlier this week. I don't think they should be that big of a favorites, especially because they won only one of their last six games, while Betis has lost only one of their last six games. I know that Atletico is still undefeated at home this season. They haven't lost any of their last 11 home games against Betis as well. but defensively they are not in a good form right now. And I don't know. I could see this one going either way, but I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this one at minus 125, and I think this is gonna be a fairly easy winner for us. In the next matchup in the Liga, we have Mallorca playing against Girona, and Mallorca is coming off of a Copa del Rey win, and they have qualified for the finale, where they will face Bilbao. I'm not sure when the date of that is, but they were able to beat Sociedad, and after penalty shootout, they have qualified for the next stage, for the finale, that is, and this is actually quite a big success for Mallorca, and well. I do congratulate them on that. As far as Girona goes, they're still in that title hunt with Real Madrid, and Real Madrid on the other side got a 2-2 draw against Valencia on Saturday, and this is potentially a chance for Girona to get a little bit closer to them. And I honestly would not be surprised at all if Girona gets a win here. And with that in mind, they have been better throughout the entire season, at least offensively, especially on the road where they have been scoring a ton of goals. I'm taking Girona team total over 1.5 goals at plus 135. The last game of the day in La Liga is between Athletic Bilbao and Barcelona. And you know what? I think this is going to be a good game as well. Bilbao, like I said, slapped around Atletico Madrid earlier this week. They demolished them in that Copa del Rey game. And overall, this season, they have been performing really, really well in that attack again. And I simply cannot see Barcelona keeping a clean sheet here. They have been struggling with that throughout the entire season so far. They have been waking up in that attack again. They have been getting some points, getting some wins. They have been more and more effective, but defensively, they're still a pretty big mess. And because of that, guys, both teams to score an over 2.5 at minus 108. In German Bundesliga, we have Leverkusen who's traveling to Köln, and they will be looking to keep their winning streak alive, which is now up to 5 games. And thanks to Bayern Munich dropping another 2 points on Friday, Leverkusen has a chance to get even further away from them and solidify that top spot in Bundesliga. And I do hope they do that because they absolutely deserve to win the title this season. I mean, they have been absolutely amazing, and Xabi Alonso has been doing absolutely brilliant job with this team, and I think he's gonna keep doing it for the rest of the season. So I'm not gonna even talk about Cold here. I'm simply gonna take Leverkusen to win and over 2.5 goals at minus 105. In the second Bundesliga game of the day, we have Hoffenheim hosting Werder Bremen, and I'm going to keep this one very, very simple as well. Werder Bremen has by far been in a better form than Hoffenheim has, but Hoffenheim was losing against Dortmund, I believe, twice in that game last week, and in the end, they got a 3-2 winner on the road, and that is a massive, massive confidence boost for this team. It would be a massive confidence boost for anyone, but for a team that couldn't beat anyone for 6 or 7 games in a row, and then to beat Borussia Dortmund on the road, that does miracles for your team, guys. And just because of that fact alone, I will take Hoffenheim on the money line at home. It's minus 108. It's a price we cannot miss. And if you want even more value, I would simply take Hoffenheim to win and both teams to score. That should be like plus 250 or so. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that as well. But minus 108 on Hoffenheim on the money line, I'm definitely going with that one. In the Italian Serie A, guys, we have Atalanta playing against Bologna, and I think this game is going to be much harder on Atalanta than it will be on Bologna. Atalanta lost to Inter 4-0. They were struggling a lot in that game. They couldn't create a decent chance, and this is the first game in a while where Atalanta hasn't scored a goal. As far as Bologna goes, they are now on a 5 game winning streak. They have conceded only 3 goals in those 5 games, kept a few clean sheets, scored a bunch of goals. And like I said, I think this is going to be a harder game on Atalanta than on Bologna. The pressure will be on Atalanta. They are the home team here. They will try to bounce back. And I think they will get to the scoreboard. But I don't think they can keep a clean sheet against Bologna in their current form. So both teams to score at minus 118. I think that's an excellent price. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see these two teams splitting the points here and getting a draw. So I'm going to go with both teams to score. For our next matchup, we have a big derby in Serie A. We have Napoli hosting Juventus, and for some reason, the books don't see the over in this one. Let's be honest, Napoli can't keep a clean sheet. They haven't done it in their last 6 games in a row. Juventus is pretty much in the same boat. They have conceded at least a goal in their last 5 games. The good news the good news is that they are back to scoring goals and they have scored 5 goals in their last 2 games. And for this price, guys, I'm gonna take over 2.5. I think that makes sense for me in this game. It could go either side. To be honest, I could see Napoli winning. I could see Juventus winning. I could see ending in a draw. But I also see the over 2.5 to be honest, and possibly even both teams to score. I think it's actually probable, but at plus 135, I'm simply gonna stick to both to the over 2.5, and I think it's gonna be a nice winner for us on Sunday. In the French League One, guys, we have Toulouse playing Nice, and as soon as I saw this matchup, the pick came to my mind right away, and that is first half draw at minus 105. Nice got a nil-nil draw against Clermont. I was expecting them to win that one, but I believe we had the under 2.5 in that game, if I'm not mistaken, last week. And like I said in that video, their main goal was to solidify their defense. They were able to do that. Now, unfortunately for them, their offense was not able to pick up the slack. And even though Toulouse is scoring a lot of goals right now, I think that we might see a couple of goals or so, but it's going to be in the second half. So I'm going to go with the first half draw. Rennes is hosting Lorient in the next matchup in the French League One, and Lorient is actually undefeated in their last 4 games, lost only one of their last six. They have been quite dominant in this matchup. They are in the top half of the table, still playing for that Europa League spot as well. But Lorient on the other side has been very good offensively as of late, and they were on a nice and positive streak, got above the relegation zone, and I honestly think they could score a goal here. So I do like it in to get a win, but I'm gonna go with this simpler pick. I'm gonna take both teams to score at minus 102. Lens and Leon is the last matchup of the day that we have in this video before we go on to the parlay, and I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this one as well. Leon is actually on a huge winning streak. They have won their last 6 games in a row. They had a great game in the French Cup where they beat Strasbourg after a penalty shootout. Before that, they have beaten Metz on the road. They have beaten Nice at home, Montpellier on the road. Their defense is much more solid than it was. But Lens will try to bounce back in this one, and even though they're losing games, they are still a team that can score a ton of goals. They have been scoring a ton of goals uh, over the last few weeks as well. So both teams to score at minus 143. That's gonna be my pick for this one. And now we are up to the parlay of the day, guys. Five legger for Sunday, pays on at plus 346. City versus Manchester United over 2.5 goals. I'm taking Girona to score. So Girona's team total over zero point 0.5 goals against Mallorca. Bilbao versus Barcelona, I'm taking over 1.5 goals. I'm taking Leverkusen on the money line. And I'm going to take Sporting to win and over 2.5 goals in the Portuguese Primeira Liga. Like I said, guys, five legger pays on it plus 346. Let's hope this was gonna be a winner too. The one on Saturday was very nice, but we have to keep making money, guys, and we are gonna have a great Sunday. That's it. Enjoy your day. Good luck with all of your bets, and stay tuned for more free picks coming up soon.